Today we are going to learn about the trumpet. We are going to learn the first three notes on the trumpet, how to put it together, how to maintain it. Okay? So first, put your case on a flat surface where it won't fall, with the logo that's on the case up. Like for instance, my logo is Etude. Okay? So this logo would go facing up. Okay? Go ahead and open it up, undo the latches, open the case, and you'll find two main parts for your trumpet. One, the trumpet itself. Okay, so go ahead and pick that up. And then the mouthpiece. Okay, this is the easiest part of a trumpet. When you're assembling the instrument, put the mouthpiece in and give it a quarter turn. Okay, just twist it in a little bit, that'll lock it in position so it won't fall. Okay? Alright, now what we want to do before we play trumpet is to get our embouchure, our lips, ready to play. So go ahead and twist and pull that mouthpiece back out. Okay? To make our buzzing sound, you're just going to put your lips together and blow air through them. When you do that, you're going to keep your lips together and let the air move your lips. Okay? So it'll be like this. That's what we're going for. Simple as that. Try that with me. Ready? Okay, mine's not perfect, but it works. Okay? You don't have to get it perfect, you just have to be able to get that buzz. Okay? Now we're going to do the same thing on the mouthpiece. Okay? So put that mouthpiece up, take a breath. Okay? If it worked, great. If not, make sure that your lips are tight together, but not too tight. Okay? You want the air to separate them. If it's too tight, you'll get... nothing will happen. Okay? If it's too loose, you just get... Okay? So make sure your lips are tight enough together that they'll buzz. Okay? Try it one more time. Okay? Did it work for you that time? If it did, go ahead and put your instrument back together. Okay? So remember to put it in, twist. Now if the buzzing didn't work, rewind a little bit and try it again. Okay? Alright, now, for holding our trumpet, first we're going to place the left hand, okay? Take your thumb and your third finger, or if you have big hands, your thumb and your middle finger, and you're going to put your thumb right there. Some trumpets don't have this little U-shaped holder. That's okay. If you don't have it, you'll just put it on these three, which is called the valve casing. So you just hook it in there. For me, it's my second finger. We'll go through that ring, okay? If your hands are small enough, you can do the third finger through there. That works as well. Like I said, my hands are bigger, so I use the second one. Okay? My first finger, as you see, is wrapped around these three valves, which is called the valve casing. Okay? The bottom two fingers, my ring finger, is going to be hooked around that ring, and my pinky usually just kind of hangs out. Usually when I'm having to use that, my pinky will come up, but other than that, I usually just kind of let it rest right on that valve. Or on the tuning slide. Okay? Now, for your right hand, here's another important part. For your right hand, your first three fingers going right there on the first three buttons. Okay? Your pinky. There's two different ways we can do this. One, your pinky can go on top of the curved key. Okay? Or it can go inside. Mine goes inside for right now. Okay? The next important part, I'm going to get closer so you can see it, is your thumb is going to go between the first and second valve casing. Okay? That will help make it easier to hold the instrument. If we do that or stick our thumb up there, when you see my fingers are already moving because I can't push it correctly. So put that thumb between the first and second valve casing and the tip of the fingers, as you see, right over those buttons. Okay? Mine are right on the edge, so that way I can move really fast whenever I need to. Okay? When you push the valve casing down, make sure you go straight down. If you go at an angle like that, what'll happen, actually I'll show it this way. Like, oh, you see that one got stuck a little bit right there. Okay? It goes smoother if you push straight down. If you push at an angle, the slides, the valves inside are going to hit the valve casing, it'll get stuck. It could get jammed, in which case you have to send your trumpet to be repaired, which costs a lot of money. Okay? So make sure your three fingers are going straight down. Okay? So recheck your hand real quick. You have your thumb in this ring, or if you don't have the ring, it's on the valve casing. Second finger or if you have smaller hands, third finger in that ring. The rest of the fingers wrap around the valve casing. Right hand, first 3 fingers, first 3 buttons. Right pinky, either on top or inside that little hook. Thumb goes between the first and second valve. Okay? Alright, now we're going to play our first note. Okay? We already got that buzzing down. Okay? So you know how to buzz. We're going to try that same thing. No fingers down. Just what we call an open note. We're just going to buzz. Or just going to buzz into the instrument. Now listen to it. This is the note we're going for. Okay? That's our note. That is called our C. Okay? C is in cat. That's our first note. Try it with me. Here we go. Ready? Alright, did your note match mine? If it was too low, it's because your lips are too loose, they need to be tighter. Okay, so pull the lips together a little bit more. If you got this note, that's because your lips were too tight, they need to relax a little bit. Okay, so listen one more time. This is the note that we're going for. Okay, try that note with me. Here we go. Ready? And breathe. That's your C. Again, if it's too high, loosen up a little bit. If it's too tight, you gotta tighten up the lips a little bit. Okay? So that's our first note. That's our C. Our next note is our D. It is 1 and 3. So the first and third fingers are down. Okay? The valves are counted from the mouthpiece towards the bell. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we have first and third. That is our D as in dog. That's our D, okay? So listen to the D, and then we'll play it. So listen to this. Okay, now play that with me. Here we go, ready? There you go. Now if you notice, that note's a little bit higher than the C. So you're gonna have to be just a little bit tighter to get that note out. Again, if you got this note, you were too tight, you played too high. So you gotta relax a little bit. Okay, so let's try that D one more time. Here we go, ready? Alright, now for our third and final note. It is our E. E is an egg. That is our first and second fingers down. First and second valve. That's our E, okay? So listen to it. That's our E. Play it with me. Ready? Breathe. Alright, now when you play that E, if you got this, you were too loose, you need to tighten up. Okay? Now notice, with all that I did, I had the same fingering. Okay? So, listen to what we can do on trumpet. I got 3 different notes, but I had the same fingering down. Our embouchure, our lips, our buzz, that determines what kind of note comes out of the instrument. So you have to make sure that you get just the right tightness, just the right speed of air. Okay? So let's try that E one more time. Listen to it, I'll play it for you. Okay? So let's play that E now. There you go. That is your first 3 notes. Now, the only other thing that you need to know about any brass playing is how to oil your valves. For the most part, as long as you take care of the instrument, you don't have to worry about cleaning it very much. Okay? With that said, make sure you never play with food in your mouth right after you ate, right after you drank any sugary drinks, you had any candy. Don't play right after you do that. If you have to play, try to brush your teeth, wash your mouth out very, very thoroughly with water. Okay? When that sugar gets inside, it'll coat the inside of the instrument. And after a while, when enough that sugar is built up, things will start locking up. Like for instance, this may go down and not come up. Okay? That will happen if you play with food in your mouth. That works for every instrument, even woodwinds. Okay? So, to keep these valves moving, we have to do something called oiling. Okay? So we have to oil the valves so they'll keep moving nicely. Okay? So what we're going to do, if you notice, there are your 3 buttons, and you have these screws right at the top, what are called caps. Go ahead, loosen all 3 caps. Now, you don't have to do this every time you play. There's one, there's a second, and There's a third. Okay, so all three can move now, okay? Now, you want to have some table space to do this. We're going to use what's called valve oil. There are many different kinds. This is 3 of the like 18 different kinds that are out there. As long as it says something like valve oil, or this one says valve slide and key oil. As long as it says valve oil, that is what you want. Like I said, this one says valve slide and key oil. That means we can use it on different instruments, but you don't need to know about that because you're a trumpet player. Okay? So as long as it says valve oil, you're good to go. What we're going to do to oil the valves correctly is you're going to pull out one of those valves and just put some oil in it. It just takes a couple of drops. Don't use half the bottle because your parents won't be happy with paying for more oil. Okay? So I'm just putting, a drop or two, just kind of getting it all over it. Okay? Now realize, you don't have to get it on that part. Okay? But it needs to get on this part, the part that has all the different holes in it. Okay? Now, here's a trick. After you get that, we're not quite done yet. This is the part where most people have their instruments stop working. So make sure you pay very close attention to this. When you finish oiling the valve, you see there's this little white guide right there? It's called a valve guide. Okay? What you want to do is push down about halfway and twist until you hear a click. When you hear that click, then your valve is aligned, you can screw the cap down. So listen to it, see if we can hear it. There's that click, did you hear it? See it, let's try it one more time, listen for the click. That's that click. Now, keep it pushed down while you're doing that, and with your other fingers, go ahead and screw that down all the way. It doesn't have to be as tight as possible. Just make that snug, okay? Same thing with this one. Turn until you hear a click. There you go, that one was pretty close. Okay, and then screw it all the way down. Okay, if you want to have a parent help you, that is okay. They can help you with that. All right, now, same thing with this one. Push down about halfway. There's that click. Then, oops, there we go. Then screw down all the way, and just make sure all three are tight, and then it should all work smoothly. Now the next trick, to make sure that the valves are aligned, go ahead and just blow into it without buzzing. Just put your lips on top of the mouthpiece like this. If air goes all the way through, then you've done it correctly. Congratulations. If not, review the steps that we just went through to make sure it works, okay? And that's all you have to do for a trumpet. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.